And welcome to another edition of Collecting Small Diecast Land Rovers. I trust everyone's feeling well, and let's see what we've got for you today. So this week we're going to continue our look on the Oxford Diecast 176 scale Range Rovers, and this is going to be part 5, and it's the Range Rover Vogue. So first up we have this nice looking machine, and let's do the paperwork. And it is code 76RAN001, and it's the Range Rover 2013 Luxor. This one doesn't look too bad in the it's like a gold, slightly gold, pale gold colour, this one. As you can see, first time I attempted to get it off, broke the box. That's the way things are. Right, big sunroof on these, all black interior. Quite a nice looking machine, but as a superficial look, that's not bad. We'll get on the turntable and we can zoom the focus right in so we can have a nice deep look at this one. So there we have it on the turntable. The wheels on this one are more solid design. Just to mention on wheels, I had a comment from somebody that the wheels didn't look right for their particular country. I should imagine that wheels on vehicles have to comply with local regulations in certain countries, so not all countries will receive a certain style of wheel. Certainly in the UK, certain things are permitted and some are not. I mean, we're not allowed to extend beyond the wheel arch. So if you want to put wider wheels, or a manufacturer wants to bring out a vehicle with a wider track, they have to flare out the wheel arches. This is often seen on sports models and things like that. Right, the number plate on this one is WN13RUH. Now, the colour of this is like a gold metallic. It's quite a pale gold colour, but it doesn't look too bad. The only downside is where you've got the white Range Rover written at the back. It does look a little bit, it's sort of lost in the colours. There's no mistaking, this is a Range Rover. The front just slightly revised from the previous model, and as we see the side profile there, we've got the grills just to the front of the door. By the time this video goes out, it'll have been about 3-4 weeks since we had the Platinum Jubilee of Her Majesty the Queen, and was watching the Trooping of the Colour, because family associations with the Coldstream Guards going back in history, and as I got watching more and more of the weekend's events, it was surprising how many Land Rover products were turning up as official vehicles, be it royal protection or just generally transporting members of the royal family around. But they do seem to have stuck with the Land Rover products. Right, so that's the first one, 001. We'll dig out number 2 and see what that has to offer. Now the next one up, we'll see they've changed the way they do the wording at the top. Normally it says code, then 76, and then whatever the model is. On this one we've got OD, which presumes Oxford Diecast, 76RAN002. And it's a Range Rover 2013 in Santorini black. So we'll open this one off camera and hopefully not destroy the case. Right, that one came off with no problems whatsoever, so they're obviously camera shy of these cases. Right, let's just turn her around. Looks quite tidy in black, this one. So let's slow it down, there we go. Right, zoom in. There we are, same lines as the previous one. They don't change a lot, these models. We'll take a look at the number plate in a second. Just an all over black scheme. Nicely treated front end there. So Santorini black is a common one for these vehicles. It's a Land Rover colour that seems to have cropped up on a lot of their models. Certainly the Defenders could be had in them, and so I should imagine it's been one of their more popular colours. Right, so we'll just bring it round so we can take a closer look at the front end. There we have the Range Rover wording stands out quite nicely on the front. On this particular example, slightly off centre, but I assume it's just this one and not all of them. The number plate is clearly visible there. It's OE13SEJ, and we shall bring it round to the back. Similar treatment to the rear end with the Range Rover nicely centred over the number plate, and Vogue and the lights and everything nicely picked out. So yeah, another nice model to add into the collection. In all, there's 6 been released in this, so we'll just take one last look and then we'll move on to the next one. And the code on this one is code 76RAN003, Range Rover Vogue in Forenza Red. And as you can see, they've gone back to having the word code and then straight into the scale. So scale 76 scale, Range Rover 003. So why the other one, number 2, was printed different, could have been a printing error, and they just stuck with it. But there we are. Right, let's get this one unpacked and we'll have a look at what it has to offer. It looks rather tidy in the Forenza Red livery, especially with the silver grille down the side. No real changes to any of these models so far. As I say, there are 6 to collect. This was possibly the last Ranger before they sort of radically changed the body shape, and well, you know my views on them, so we're not going to go over that ground again. Right, so we'll stop it and we'll take a look at the front and rear for you. As I said, not a lot changes on these models. It's just basically a change in colour and number plate. Nicely treated at the front end again. The grille looks quite smart. Registration on this one is HF14XKK. So if you're ever stuck for identifying your model, often the number plate can help you out. If you're unsure of the colours or the shades, especially when they use exotic names for the colours, it makes it rather difficult. It can be basically the same colour as a different make, but because they've chosen to give it a different name, it does make it a little bit difficult. As you can see, the lighting rig makes it look like the headlights are on this one, but I can assure you they're not. The rear is pretty much the same as the other ones. The UK system of a white number plate to the front with black lettering, and then a yellow one to the rear with black lettering. That's standard here in the UK, unless you go way back when they were just black with white or silver letters. Yes, let's move on to number 4. And the next one is code 76RAN004. Range Rover Vogue, of course, in Indus silver. And there's always a silver one somewhere in the range. Let's get it unpacked and you can take a closer look. Right, an all over silver colour scheme for this one. The roof's picked out in black, which it has been on them all. And up to press, all the wheels have been the same. So we'll set this one going on the turntable for you and we can have a good look around it. As with most silver cars, the lights, and when you try to photograph them, sometimes the silver can come across looking a bit white. It's just the glare coming back off, but it is a metallic silver, is this one, and pretty much the same to all the other ones we've seen up to press. We'll stop it and take a look, see what they've done with the front and rear. The big thing to notice is, as with all silvery coloured vehicles or white, where the name Range Rover or Land Rover, whatever model it is in a sort of a silvery colour or a white colour, it just gets lost in the detail, which is a shame really, but there's not a lot we can do about that. Number plate GK14 UNP. So 14 in this case is the year, so these are 2013-2014 vehicles. So sometimes you get an interim number, which is a totally bizarre way they decided to do it. It meant that the 14 was the first part of the year, and then you could have a number like 54, something like that. Don't understand it. I don't know why they did it. It was perhaps just to aid sales in the showrooms, because people wanted the very latest number plate. But don't understand it myself. Never mind. Anyway, let's have a look at the rear. Same comment as before. The Range Rover wording and there doesn't stand out as well, but all the details are exactly the same as the previous ones, really. But you can see the vehicle they're just starting to flare off the roof at the back, drop the roof line towards the rear, which was styling. A lot of vehicles followed suit. Perhaps there was aerodynamic advantages, but if you wanted to move your wardrobe, you had a problem. And the next up is 76RAN005, and it's the Range Rover Vogue in Aintree Green Metallic. Aintree Green Metallic. Right, we'll get it unboxed and we'll take a look at this one. Aintree Green Metallic. Now, to my eye, it has a hint of blue to it, but it's certainly coming across on the camera as though it has a slight tint of blue, but that is the colour of it. I've had it out in daylight, and yeah, so Aintree Green Metallic, but that's the name of it, so we'll go with that. The details stand out a lot better on this one. Same wheels as before, and we've had a change of interior, which is quite nice to see. We've gone to a light interior with a dark dashboard, so that just sets the vehicle off quite nicely. We'll stop her and have a look at the front and rear. So everything's pretty much the same. Number plate is HF14KBE. That's right, it appears to be. Yeah, or is it NF? Zoom in. It's HF14KBE. Everything else is totally standard, so if you want to collect these, and you're not going to get a lot of changes between each model, but ignore that, that's my fault. Let's have a look at the rear. Likewise at the rear, not a lot of changes. Range Rover and Vogue wording all stand out. Really good on this one. Usual number plate, lighting, etc. So main thing on this one then is the lighter interior, a rather nice colour, and an all-round smart vehicle. So we'll look at number 6, the last one. So what we got for this one, it is 76 RAN 006 Range Rover Vogue Santorini Black, and in brackets Prince William. So we're in royalty with this one, and not only is it the royal vehicle, it has a nice set of wheels. So this is the only one of the 6 that doesn't have the totally silver wheels. So let's open her up and have a good look at this one. So we managed to break the lid on this one, so that's me probably off to the Tower of London for an uncomfortable stay for a while, desecrating the Royal Land Rover. Sin of sins. Right, yeah, we're in the black again, Santorini Black. This vehicle has, well, it was used as his personal transport for transporting the family around, etc. He'd always be accompanied by some security in another vehicle somewhere along the line. So the exact spec of this vehicle, not quite sure. I wouldn't have thought it'd just be a run-of-the-mill. It'll have had some security additions added, one assumes. But nice vehicle nevertheless. It's back to the black interior, and the wheels do set this one off a lot better. I like these wheels best of all of them. Just look a bit more classy. Right, let's see how they've treated the front end. It looks pretty standard at the front end. The registration number is DE62PVD. I would have thought there would have been some form of blue lighting somewhere discreetly hidden behind the grills, so that if you ever needed to use it, at the end of the day he's a future king of the United Kingdom, so one would have to be regarded as a security risk. But none of that's made public, so we'll just assume that perhaps these things are there. As I said, pretty standard around the front end. Don't even know which engine would be fitted to this one. I'm sure people out there would know a lot better than I do. So if anybody knows, just put a comment, that would be appreciated. We'll look at the back end, see what's going on around there. So pretty standard around the rear. Again, perhaps some discrete security features added, but we don't know. I don't know how long he kept this one. I should imagine vehicles are changed reasonably quickly. It would probably be downgraded to other uses and he'd move on to something else. Harping back to the beginning of this video, the royal family have liked the Land Rover products. You see an awful lot of them around. Her Majesty the Queen, of course, she was she's a big Land Rover fan, and could often seem to be driving her trusty Defender or even earlier models around the various Riley estates. Not so much nowadays, as she's in her advanced stages. I presume she would prefer to be chauffeured around. Right, so that's it for the Range Rover Vogues. We'll set them all up, and we'll see where we're going to go with this series next. So there we have the Range Rover Vogues. 6. Will any more come out? I don't really know. 6 seems a nice round number. They may find some more to do. None in any deckled up form that of these as of yet, and I wouldn't have thought there'd be that many about. I wouldn't have thought the police would have taken them as marked vehicles. I would imagine way too expensive by the time we got round to these. Pick of the bunch for me, Prince William one, top one. I like the wheels, and the colour's quite smart. Followed by the red one, I would say, and then the green one, or blue-green, depending on your take on things. Right, are we going to move on any more with the Range Rovers? I really don't know. Oxfords, we've already said Oxfords have been very quiet at the moment. Just before making this video, a bulletin came out that models that were new in, I think there's one Series 3 that it's a new model, and as far as Land Rover products go, the rest, there's about 3 reissues which have been out of the catalogue for a while, and they've reappeared. So if you're interested, just make your way to the Oxford Facebook group, or go to the Oxford Diecast website. As I've mentioned many times, I have no connection to them. Whatever models I review, I buy at full market price, and so I'm just like everyone else. I have to wait until they come out and then try and get my hands on them. But at the end of the day, nobody forces me. We've got quite a backlog of Caramas to take a look at, so I think the next few videos are all going to be Carorama based. I'm sorry, but until we get some more material in to take a look at, my hands are a bit tied. There is a few, there's about 4, 5, maybe 6 Freelanders which I may do a video on. We'll see. I'll have to look back in the back catalogue. I can't honestly remember if I've featured them or not, or whether I've got the whole series. I think I'm missing the white one, so we'll have to try and track that down. And if I can, and we haven't already done so, we'll do a video on them. So, until the next one, stay safe and happy collecting.